Hello, sociopath here. I'm here to hopefully go through 18 through 21 of the days on Karen Brown's Just Get It Done Quilts Declutter Challenge of 2021. I'm really tired today. Like I predicted, I didn't know when to get this done, and I feel myself getting crankier every day. And it would probably be 2 or 3 weeks before I was actually like in the mood again. So here I am. I do have Coco. So day 18 is UFOs. They're unfinished objects. And she has a whole like plan of going at them and what you're gonna do. I do have a pile of unfinished objects. They are mainly quilt tops. I already have them listed. There's my list of UFO quilts. I specifically, I don't know if you're gonna learn that, but that's okay. I have a whole plan on how I go about them and what I do and everything, so they are listed in here so I know what's happening. Most of them get stuck at the quilting stage with the 3 layers and sewing that all together. I don't really like the quilting part, so to do that is a pain. I don't have a long arm. With everything going on in the world, I can't even rent a long arm. So, and paying somebody to long arm my quilts is a little much to me, just because I don't know anyone well enough to be like, yeah, can you long arm this, and like get a cut on a price, because it's so expensive. So it's what I have to deal with for now. So I have a stack of them. I have a stack of projects that I have to quilt. That is my UFOs. I know Karen discusses having your list and then having your next 3 to 5 projects. Most of my projects are just like whatever I can finish. So baby quilts, table runners, everything like that, I want to finish ASAP. Because at least it's a project done, and I just want stuff crossed off my list. So I have a Halloween twin size blanket, I think, that I really want to have quilted and done, but it is such a nice quilt that I love so much that I really want to do it right, and I want to have it at least long armed somehow, whether it's me trying out long arming for the first time, or if I have to, I suppose I'll wrangle it on my little machine, but I don't know. On day 19, it's all about kits. What are you doing with your kits and stuff? I did most of my kits in 2020. That was a goal of mine in 2020, to get through most of my kits. I had kits that sat around for almost a year, over a year for some of them. And I was upset with that. I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to use my kits. I love kits. I think they're great. So I have a few still of smaller projects that have been sitting around for a while. Mainly they are like blocks. So I have a bunch of the blocks into this bag. So I have a bunch of kits for them. So I have to sit down and finish these, but that's it. That's all I have for them. And they're kind of nice little, like, I want to quilt a thing projects. So that is a thing. I have this kit as well, which is like a dish towel. So that is something I'm going to be working on in the next, hopefully year, I'll have this done. I don't know if this is in my, I don't think this is in my UFO list. I need to put this in my UFO list. But yeah, so again, I found love with like making singular blocks this last year. So I am enjoying doing that and having some fun with that. So the kits are really nice for just being like, hey, one-off block, along with the book project that I have been working on as well. So containers and bags, I am still figuring out what kind of containers and what kind of bags I like. I bought a bunch of project bags recently, so I'm finding out how they're working out. They're like zip-up bags. I really like them. Example of a project bag that I have. This isn't for quilting necessarily, but this has, it's just my project. It's got a whole project within it, and it's great. I love it. So I am doing bags for keeping my stuff together as I try to work through it. I have the tops of my quilts hanging in my closet, ready to go for whenever I actually do them. So those are all really nice and organized, which is great. Yeah, so I have most of my kits and everything, and like everything's organized, which is really great. And container wise, I don't use actual things to hold my stuff, mainly because I like everything out in the open. Hence my rulers, hence my fat quarters. Day 21 is follow through. So if you have been putting your stuff in bins, or putting stuff to the side. It's finishing all that stuff up. If you made bins of this doesn't belong in this room, then you need to be putting that all away. I did not do that. I still have a mess around here. Shocking. I'm gonna have a mess, I think, through the semester. I have to be okay with that. I have to kind of find new spots as new stuff keeps coming in. I have projects. As much as I wanted to be doing all of my schoolwork in another area, this is where all my sewing stuff is. So it's hard when I sit down here because sometimes I know I need to be doing homework, or if I need to be doing who knows what. My conclusionary thoughts. I liked it. I don't think it was amazingly changing for me. I did a pretty hardcore declutter, I think last summer. I did a pretty deep clean out of like my fabric, all of my stuff I was using. I went through and I was like, why do I have this? What am I using this for? I do very much appreciate though that this challenge asked of me to clean things I didn't expect to clean. I thought electronics was a super good idea and I didn't even think about it, and then I'm finding aux cords and phone chargers and stuff. Out of sight, out of mind for me, which is why I put all my fabric out. There were so many things that I was like, I didn't even think about this. I should have, that's a good idea. The problem is I feel like I don't have a very large stash. I don't know. But I guess what I always see of the stashes is huge piles, lots of things. But that's a lot of the people who make a living as a quilter. This is my part-time, and now really part-time hobby. It used to be like outside of work, this is what I did, and now it's outside of work and school. So for me, it's so little getting used. I'm actually finding that I can build a stash now, which is kind of nice. Things I should get are like a bolt of black fabric. When I had like 10 yards of it or something, it was gone in 2 weeks. I used it up so fast because I was like, I have black fabric. I'm just gonna use black fabric for this. I'm supposed to be talking about my conclusionary thoughts. I think that this is a really good idea to do once a year. My once a year is gonna be in the summer. I don't function well in the winter. This was a lot to ask of myself. I knew that coming into this, which is why I let myself have as long as I needed. This is it. We're done. I don't think a lot changed for me. I don't know if she's going to do a different list next year, or if she's going to be like, we're going to do it again. Either way, I want to do it again next year. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.